Now we're going to look at the third person camera controller. To start this, I'm going to add some cubes into the scene. I need some kind of points of reference to know where the character's at. Okay, so I'm just lowering these down, making sure that they're in about the same proximity as the character, maybe a little bit bigger so he can move around them, and make sure they're on the ground. So a lot of times I'll move them on the ground and then kind of move them back a little bit. I'll get them near the character, and I can do that in my top view if I wanted to. Okay. Control D will duplicate these, so I'm just going to duplicate a few of these and make them different sizes. There we go. So now we have a point of reference. I'm going to also maybe throw a sphere out there. As a super point of reference. Again, I'm just kind of moving these in all views until they are lined up orthographically. The sphere I'll move back. Perfect. Alright, so when I hit play, I should be able to now move around these objects. It gives me the ability to see that, in fact, I am moving around. And I can go back and forth into space. Now, what I want to do is present the camera in back of the character, just like a third-person game. To do that, there's another script down here. It's called third person camera, and I click and drag it over. Now it works sort of like this. If I hit play, I am now going to be in back of the character. That's good, but he's in my way. With it still in play, I can adjust this. I'm going to adjust the distance to be further away, so that's 15, and the height I'm going to adjust that. So 15 roughly, maybe 16, and 8. I'm going to memorize that in my head, 16 and 8, uncheck play, and change them. 16, 8. And then hit play again. I should have now those settings. And now I can walk around. And notice that these things are in my way. I can't go around them or go through them. I cannot clip through them. That's important. That means everything is working correctly. The reason I have shadows like this is because I have a couple lights in the scene, and those lights are dynamic. That's the one thing that you're not going to have with the freeware version of Unity is dynamic lights. So to add a light to the scene, all you do is have to go in here and say create other. You can use directional, point, or spot. I chose 2 point lights, but I turned one into a directional. So you can change the attributes of the light by just simply going in here and changing them. And you can move them around just like anything else. You can move them back and forth and back. But the directional light looks like this, and because this light has dynamic shadows, that's where I get those shadows. By having it turn to soft shadows. And I have high quality resolution on. So that is a very big perk to owning the pro version of Unity, is that right there. So now that you have a reference point and you can move around them, now you can really work on speed, and you can go back here and tweak some settings in the fact that, maybe now his walk does need to be a little bit faster. His walk speed right here, and this is his max walk animation is 1, but another setting that you have to do is the speed itself. So that's this one right here. My bad for not showing you that. The max walk animation, we have one form of animation. Actually, it's the walk speed down here that you need to control. So down here. And again, you can up this value and it happens real time. So that feels a lot better right there. I can now move around without it being 3 days. Let's up it some more and see what happens. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I'm trotting along. Perfect. Okay, so that is the third view camera within Unity. This is where everything kind of popped for me and I started to enjoy this stuff because I really want, now that you have this basic default character, really this applies to any character whatsoever. You can have a knight with 30 pieces of armor or whatever. The fact is you are now moving around in 3D space with your keyboard. So now in the next video, let's kind of look at that as far as how would you turn something like this in. All right, see you there.